Keenly. Secret Minx running second. On the fence, Twisted Mountain is holding third placing. Jing Tang is fourth. Red Paddy about to sweep to the outside. He's going easily coming up to the bend. Over on the fence behind them, Sovereign Hall. Away from the fence then Shady Grey, eyes wide open. Quality Fair deep on the corner from Run Liam Run. At the top of the home straight, Tommy who led them. He's being called upon. He led the way from Secret Minx. Red Paddy trying to run on, but Tommy who kicks away from them. With 150 to go, he put up 2 lengths on them. Run Liam Run's coming down the outside with a mighty finishing run. It's Tommy Who and Run Liam Run closing, but Tommy Who's going to do it all the way. Tommy Who has won from Run Liam Run. Third, Red Paddy from Shady Grey, probably fourth in from Jing Tang. And then came Secret Minx, who got a bit tired under the big weight late. Over on the inside, Sovereign Hall, Twisted Mountain, Quality Fair, and the last of them home is Eyes Wide Open. Tommy Who is the winner. Tommy Who, positive ride by Pike here. He was able to fire the Blackfriars gelding to the lead and hold out Secret Minx. The intention there to try and control. This gives the Williams stable for different connections a double in consecutive races with Pike aboard. 1:12.46. Run Liam Run's been a huge performance. The Albany train gelding has conceded that leader a massive start, running it within 3/4 of a length. And Red Paddy, well, he held his own in the run to the post and was back there in third placing. But Tommy Who, $3.20 and $1.50, takes out race 6 for the day. For Elio and Jackie Galanti, BJ Greenwood, D. Oliver, Rob Tomlinson, also P and Mrs. W. Richards, RC, Mrs. C. Peterson, Rob Morley, L. Holland, S. Franklin, K. Fizzioli, A. Taylor, D. Babbage, Dr. T. Lindsay, and also Owen Gilbride, trained by Grant and Alana Williams. William Pike there with an all-the-way winning ride. Run Liam Run second, a passenger. Speed Biscuit gelding for Lynn Kittle and P.S. Kittle, trained by Lynn Kittle, ridden by Shelby Botel. And Red Paddy third home, who's by O'Reilly from Pinafore for S. Maiden, D. Richardson, the Dragon Syndicate, and Digby Beecham, ridden by Aaron Mitchell for trainer Simon Miller. Shady Grey at stablemate was fourth home. 3/4 of a length by 1 1/4. The official margins that were posted. Tommy Who with his third win in only 7 lifetime starts. Now the next on the card, the Ted Van Heemp Stakes. They'll jump in the Ted at Group 2 level at 4:30. 9 and 11 are out, but Damajo and I'm feeling lucky with 12 runners to do battle in the third leg of the quaddie. Okay, let's head downstairs, and it's been a pretty good day. Better than a good day, of course, for Grant and Alana Williams, our leading training combination this season, and Mark Olmos is with them at the moment.
Yeah, it's a big bunch of winning owners here in Connections, Darren. Great scenes in the mounting yard. Even I saw Damien Martin there. I've got Grant Williams here. Running double, Grant. It's all too easy.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good for all these guys. It's been a bit of a long road. We bought a couple of horses, you know, from the yearling sales, and they weren't 2-year-olds, so we've had to wait a long time, and it's good to get a Saturday winner from.
Tell us about this guy. He had a very tough run last start, and this looked to be the ideal draw. Barrier 2, control the race, Willie. It was ideal.
Yeah, we went into this prep without a trial. He has a lot of issues, this guy, with his lungs and all that space. He's runs apart, and Lance worked him last weekend and just said, you know, after his first run, he's just come on really good, and he hadn't done that in the past, so we were quietly confident.
By Blackfriars, he's bred to get over further. Can he go on with it out in distance?
I think he will. We just don't get many runs into him because of the issues that he has. So obviously, if we could get a half a dozen runs into him this prep, then we'd obviously look at it. But yeah, I think we can start sneaking him up a couple of hundred.
And Grant, just tell us, you've got another big owner here in Elio Galanti. You've got Bob as well, last preparation. What does it mean to you, have the support like this, and to be able to train winners for them? It must give you an enormous thrill. You and Alana as well, an enormous thrill.
Oh yeah, it's a great privilege, and you know, you still need to get the results, because obviously they put a lot of money into the sport, but along with Elio, he's brought a lot of these other guys into it. Yeah, it's just really good to get a result.
And Grant, just your word on Perfect Reflection in the big one. How's she tracking?
Yeah, look, she's gone along really nice. She's bumped into a couple of obviously faster ones in those first couple of races, but if she can get the trip, I think she'll be hard to beat.
Grant, well done. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck in the big one.
Thank you.
Grant Williams there, always great to have a chat with him. Massive bunch of owners down here. It's always great to see these big syndicates have a win, and The more the more owners, the more joy and the more celebrations as well. So it's great to have them all aboard, Mark.
Yeah, look at them. It's probably the best celebration we've seen all day. Probably the best celebration we've seen for a couple of weeks.
I wouldn't mind seeing the spillage up there in the owners and trainers bar. There was a lot of hugging and a lot of high-fiving, and good on them. They certainly have earned it. As William Pike debriefs with connections and owners and lots of handshakes and pats on the back. We'll grab winning jockey William Pike for a second, just before he grabs the photo. He's got the bubs there. Handy group, isn't it, Darren? It's really great to see a big bunch of owners and with a bit of profile. We'll grab William Pike for a quick chat. Willie, you got to control the race today from a good barrier, certainly helped.
Yeah, good barriers, all the difference. Really good run in defeat last start. It's good to see him back it up because he doesn't, he's been susceptible not backing his runs up, so it's good to see him do it again.
And we asked Grant, I'll ask you as well, does he give you the feel if he's sound, he can get out and further trip?
Not at this stage.
Just the sprint trips at this stage?
Just at this stage. I'd like to see him just come back under me a bit more before we go zooming up to a mile or anything like that. I think he's, right now he's a very well-tailored 1,200 metre horse.
Willie, we'll let you go enjoy and get your photo taken. Well done on the double and may continue.
Thank you.
William Pike there, winning rider. Gee, he controlled that race beautifully out in front. Had all the luck from the...